In the Gulf of Mexico in the upcoming days. Now, we are looking at all this tropical moisture starting to organize, and then eventually, as soon as that moisture works its way across this area that you're seeing shaded in orange, this is when it'll have a better chance to further develop into a tropical depression. And once we get an area of low pressure, models do a way better job of indicating where this will end up a whole week out from today. Now, a lot of the models do take that moisture across the Gulf Coast states in the upcoming work week, especially towards the end of the week. We're talking Thursday into next Friday. So something we're going to be tracking across the state of Florida for you and watching very closely. For now, it does not appear to be a direct impact for us here on the east coast of the state of Florida. Now today, though, we have a lot of dry air in place. You might have noticed it felt like a switch was flipped because we're not seeing as much rainfall as what we've had, the past several days. We've had some pretty wet weather for September. Now we have this boundary to our south. That's where most of that rain was earlier today. A couple spotty showers as well. But most of the rainfall has now cleared up. We do have a couple of downpours, especially along inland portions of Palm Beach County. Now we're going to keep a stray shower chance in the forecast throughout the rest of this evening. We're talking maybe an isolated shower near the coast by around 6, 7 o'clock for tonight. But most of us do stay nice and dry. Temperatures, we're going to wake up to those mid-70s tomorrow morning. When I come back, we'll take a look at future track and what else I'm watching closely in the tropics. Jade, now in the Caribbean Sea, and as it starts to get a little bit more organized as it moves off towards the north and into the Gulf of Mexico, this is where we could have our next named system by around next week, all the way through the end of the work week. This is when we could see it making possible landfall. Right now, the areas that we're looking at for the highest interest include Louisiana all the way to the southwest Florida coast. Now, for southeast Florida, even if we don't have the direct impact, we're still looking at rainfall that could be associated with the system as it makes that landfall across the Gulf Coast states. Now, right now, it does have about a 60% chance of developing into a tropical depression over the next several days. Again, so this is something we're going to be talking about for the next couple of days now before it starts to get its act together. And then eventually, once it does have an area of low pressure, this is when the models will do a much better job of pinpointing where exactly it will end up. But you can see just how hot the ocean temperatures are, the Gulf of Mexico is, and the Caribbean Sea temperatures, everything well above 82 degrees. And whenever we have temperatures like this, these numbers act as fuel for tropical systems to really kick off and develop. Here's the latest GFS American model track. You can see that tropical moisture starting to get better organized as we go into that brand new work week. And it looks like we could have an area of low pressure sometime as we head into your Tuesday, Wednesday. That'll be right around the southwestern Caribbean Sea, and then eventually this will cross over the Yucatan Peninsula into the Gulf of Mexico, something we're going to be watching for our friends across the Gulf Coast states. And then even in agreement is the European model, or other model that we look at for this guidance there. So again, things that we're going to be monitoring for you very closely. So on top of that we're watching in the Caribbean, we have 3 other areas. These 2 in yellow, not too concerned with that. We are going to keep a very close eye on a tropical wave moving off of Africa in the upcoming days. Better chance of it further developing once it enters into this area that you're seeing shaded in orange. But back at home, what we do know is an increase in tropical moisture most likely as we get into the later half of that new work week all the way through next Saturday. By Sunday, this should all clear up, but we are going to see an increase in rainfall here across South Florida over the next several days. But at least today, the rest of this evening, and also for the start of the next work week, it does look to be nice and quiet, especially as we kick off fall. 86 degrees right now, a couple showers and storms mostly inland with a few spotty showers off the coast there. As we head throughout the rest of the night tonight, though, we can't rule out maybe a stray shower or 2 along the coastal areas, but most of us do stay nice and dry, around 20% coverage as we head into the remainder of your Sunday, even throughout your Monday. Tuesday also not looking too bad. But again, we're going to increase the moisture just a little bit as we head into that brand new work week, especially by the later half of the week. Rip current still a big problem as we head into the rather beach and boating conditions there for you. So light chop in the intercoastal, seas at around 1 to 2 feet. Temperatures, again, over the next few days will stay right around average. We're looking at those low 90s, limited rainfall Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So definitely take advantage of that.